And today, our first talk is all about PCOD. And this talk is going to be given by our very special Madhura Vayal. Madhura has been a whole food plant based nutritionist and a practitioner for the last 7 years. She does consultations and many health programs. And she is also a mother of two wonderful, beautiful children. She's going to be talking about PCOD today. And over to you, Madhura.
Thank you so much, Sharanya. Thank you for the wonderful introduction. Welcome, everybody. So today I'm going to talk all about PCOD. Okay, it's something that has been affecting our society, women in our society for such a long time now that it's time that we take cognizance about it and start working towards our own health. So before I jump into the information, let me tell you a little bit about myself and how I have dealt with PCOD all my life. So I started my menstruation very early in life. I was just 10 years old when I first got my menses. And after that, for about 22 years, till the age of 32, I have only got periods for about 3 to 4 times a year. And to be very frank, I was very happy because I didn't have to deal with, carrying pads and, getting that severe pain all throughout the year. I was happy that it's only happening only 3 to 4 times a year. My mother, who's a doctor, tried to get me the treatment, the conventional treatment of putting you on to contraceptives and regularizing your periods. I went through that, but actually it did not help. The only thing happened was I put on a ton of weight, went through a lot of anxiety bouts, which is the side effect of contraceptives. And it was not really, not a very smooth journey. So after I went on to the plant-based lifestyle, and that happened only after my marriage, that I have really seen an improvement. The other bad side of not having regular periods was I almost missed, detecting my first pregnancy in the first or the second month. I only found out at the end of the fourth month, or rather in the beginning of the fifth month, that I was actually pregnant when the movement of the baby started. Yeah, it's crazy. I know it sounds crazy, but yeah, that's the fact that happened. And when I went for my first ultrasound, I actually saw a full form baby, not like cells, but full form baby. And yeah, that's where the whole journey started. Like my husband was very keen on, like this shouldn't be happening. Like, why are you so unhealthy that you don't even know? So he was the one that actually got the whole food plant based lifestyle home, and it's been 8 years now since the birth of my daughter that I have not missed a single period. It's been like every 30 days, like clockwork, I get my periods, and they're not painful. There's no issues at all, and it's like really smooth, like a really smooth journey. So, is PCOD reversible? Yes, definitely. Is it very difficult to reverse PCOD? Definitely not. So, I'm going to tell you how you're going to do it in this presentation of mine. So this is how I was earlier, and I have lost about 27 kgs of weight on the plant-based lifestyle, and it's not been like a very effortful journey. Like people think that going on a plant-based journey is like you have to take too much effort of cooking a lot, always being in the kitchen. That's not the case, and I'm going to show you how a menu plan can look like when you're on a plant-based lifestyle. This is my beautiful family, my two amazing kids. They are grown up now. Daughter is 10 years old and my son is 7. But this is the first picture that we took as a plant-based family, and I'm really proud of it. The other thing I would like to share at this time is my daughter, who is 10, most of her friends who are only 10 years old have got their periods already. And they are, they're really suffering. You can actually see them in pain, and, they're not able to handle it because they're too young. So PCOD is not something that you should ignore. PCOD or any menstrual problems is something that you need to take care of because it is something that you can reverse. It's in your hands. So do take care of yourself. So let's just understand what PCOD is. Okay, very quickly in layman's term, PCOD is a disorder of the ovaries in which very small cysts are formed, and this is caused by hormonal imbalance. We have different glands in our body which produce different hormones, and these hormones, when they don't maintain a balance, they cause these havocs in the body. So if your reproductive hormones are affected, you get PCOD. If your insulin is affected, you get diabetes. And Shalini is going to tell you a lot tomorrow about it. If your thyroid is affected, then you get issues of hypothyroidism, where we also have a talk on that this week. So definitely attend. So PCOD it affects about 1 in 10 women today, and it's become such a normal phenomena. Like, when somebody talks about I get my periods every 45 days, every 50 days, that's not normal. And if you're having too painful periods, or you're facing problems in conception, or whatever it is, that's not normal. You need to address it, and it is something that you can really, just by doing very simple changes in your lifestyle, can reverse. So, what are the symptoms of PCOD? Firstly, the most important symptoms is irregular periods. Your periods should always come in between 28 to 35 days. That's the normal cycle. If it is going beyond that, or if it is coming within the 28 days, then it's not right. Then you also see something called hirsutism, which is a lot of hair on the body, and this is because of the hormonal imbalance that you see. Like when young girls have a lot of hair on the body, it's a sign that there may be some form of PCOD. You're prone to diabetes because, as I said, there is a hormonal imbalance, and if one hormone is not working, then the associated hormones are also not working in the perfect way. So you can get into insulin resistance, and there can be diabetes. Also, you're prone to infertility because for the egg to be released from the ovary and for it to get latched on in your uterus after in the right conditions, it needs a proper, like a very tight hormonal balance. And if that's not happening, it will lead to infertility. There is acne and oily skin because your sebaceous glands are also affected. There is a lot of weight gain, and you're prone to diseases like heart disease, migraine, and uterine cancer also. So, what exactly causes this imbalance? Hormone disruptors. There are a lot of factors or chemicals that are outside, so hormones from outside, as well as chemicals around us that cause this hormonal disruption. So, these chemicals or these hormones are found mostly in animal products and dairy. Animals are artificially made pregnant by giving them hormones. Milk that is extracted is also stored and then supplied with a lot of chemicals in it. So, when you are taking those hormones, they cause a lot of havoc in your body. So, the first step of reversing any form of hormonal imbalance is to stop any form of animal products and dairy, any non-organic plant food. We as a society, or we as a community, we always look for, like the right colored tomatoes and the right shaped mangoes and everything. But if you have to get those things, they have to be chemically manipulated. The color is because of chemicals, the taste is because of chemicals, the size is because of chemicals. So be very sure of what you're putting in your bodies, because chemicals can really create a havoc. Medications like steroids, vitamin D is a hormone, oral contraceptives, these are external hormones that you're putting into your body. And these can really, kind of, it can create a flux of hormonal imbalance in your body. The chemicals that are found in packaged and ready-made food, the melt in the mouth bread, the amazing chips or everything, they are like that because of the chemicals that are put into it. Any form of natural food will not come packaged, right? Cucumbers and carrots and beetroot, we know are good for us, but they are not packaged because they don't need to be manipulated to make them delicious. Artificial food sweeteners like aspartame. So what people think is, if I have to reduce weight, let me just give up sugar. So people have given up sugar, but they have latched onto something very more harmful than sugar, which is something like aspartame, or the other sweeteners that are available in the market. These are pure chemicals, and these are known carcinogens. So they are not only affecting the hormones in the body, they are also affecting the organs in your body. Also, personal and home care products. So we feel that, okay, this is just on the skin. How is this going to get affected? Why shouldn't I do that? But through the skin also, they do get absorbed in our body. Even when you're using household chemicals, okay, when you're walking on the floor, or you're using, wherever you're touching your hands, you are absorbing those chemicals. So the first question for women, especially young girls, is, "So what do you think? We should not look beautiful, or we should not use any products?" No, you can. You can definitely use products, but look for organic, natural, chemical-free products, and they are available in the market today if you look for it. So definitely, you don't have to give up a lot, but you have to just make the wise choice. And environment definitely plays an important role, because so much of pollution, so much of even the water what we are having, we are not sure of what we are having. So what is under our control is only the food, right? So if we make wise choices, we can definitely get healthy. So what are the hormones that you get in dairy? Like dairy is full of oxytocin, because that is the hormone that actually causes the cow to go into labor, and that hormone is definitely present in the milk. Growth factors. So if a cow has to grow in size and you are having the same milk that makes a cow grow, you're also growing in the same size, right? And that is also affecting the hormones in your body. Steroids are given to them for better production of milk. There is IGF and all the stress that the animal goes through. So their natural hormones are also there, like adrenaline and everything is there in the milk. So when you're having just, like when people say, I just have 1 teaspoon in my tea, or I'm just having 1 cube of paneer, it has a lot of hormones in it. It's like you have been offered a spoonful of somebody else's hormones and you are having it. So you don't need to do that. When it comes to environment, the plastic in the environment right now is polluting everything: the water sources, your food sources, the soil, the air, the everything. Garbage is a major issue in big cities like Mumbai or anywhere. So these get, you know they kind of seep into our food system and we are having it, and that is causing a lot of hormone disruption. Even the plastic that the animal feeds on. So it's a dual problem. It's not only the hormones in the dairy, it's also what the animals are feeding on. They are feeding on all these garbage and the sewage and everything, which is loaded with chemicals, sanitary napkins, detergents, soaps, everything. They're having everything. Would you like to have milk which is really, really adulterated with that? Like even plastic is right within the fish and we are having it. So it's a matter of, just sitting back and thinking, do you want to prioritize your taste buds or do you want to really prioritize your health? Using convenient gadgets like microwave or non-stick equipment or aluminium, these also seep into our food. They cause a lot of chemical leaching in the food, which kind of gets into our body through the food, and it is causing a havoc. So now coming down to nutrition, okay? So I have covered the other causes, but now coming to nutrition. How does nutrition also help? Nutrition aids in causing a hormonal imbalance. How does it aid? So basically, the two major components that influence the menstrual cycle are the fat content in your food and the fiber content in your food. If you see today, the food that all our youngsters are having, or even we are having under the name of convenience, is high in fat and very low in fiber. Fat usually, not usually, fat actually interrupts the way hormones work in your body. So if it is something like your reproductive organs, they are not able to function because of too much fat in the food. So if you need for your hormones to function well, the fat content of your food has to be very low and the fiber content of your body has to be very high. There are two reasons behind that. If your fiber is very high, it actually maintains an alkaline environment in your body, which is very, very good for conception, for the egg to be released from the ovaries, all these, good factors that it creates. And the second thing is fiber binds to all the chemicals, because you cannot control the pollution, you cannot control the water you are drinking. So whatever unnecessary chemicals or toxins are entering in your body, the fiber really cleanses it out and it maintains a natural environment which is good for healing. So the best way of recreating a good hormonal balance is to cut down the fat. The minute you cut down the fat and your weight starts coming down, so two effects happen. You cut down fat from the food and your natural weight starts coming down. You will see an immediate, improvement in your menstrual cycle. Like the patients who come to me for consultations on PCOD and infertility, this is the first thing that they see. You know, once the weight starts coming up, the cycle automatically regularizes. So, what are the sources of fat? Where do you cut down the fat from? So, basically, all animal products like dairy, chicken, meat, eggs, all of these, anything coming from the animal has a very high percentage of fat in it. Also, there is a very high percentage of cholesterol in it, because cholesterol is a hormone produced by animals, right? So, when you are taking cholesterol, this is what is causing blockages and all the problems in our body. Secondly, added fats like oils. We do not need oil. We do need fat, but we don't need oil. Okay, so we can get natural fat. I'm going to show you the substitutes a little later on. But oil is something that you can definitely exclude, and we can do a lot of amazing cooking oil free also. Like in Sharan, there's this amazing basic class that comes online. If you really enroll, you can learn how to make these oil free dishes. Like even samosas and uh, uh, vada paos can be enjoyed without oil. All the processed fried items, all these things, because can you just open a packet of chips and have one? That's not possible. And why is it not possible? Because it is loaded with fat, right? And it gives you a different high. It actually makes you addicted to that food. So if you have to cut down fat, you have to get off of the animal products, the added fats, the refined and the processed food that you are putting into your system. Then fiber. Fiber is there in all the plant-based food, and fiber is very, very important. So if you have to increase the fiber content of your food, you need to have a lot of fruits and vegetables with their skin. Okay, it's very important because if you peel everything, the fiber is lost, and nutrition is right below the skin. So whatever you can peel with your fingers, peel that. So can you peel an onion and garlic? You can. So peel it. Can you peel a raw potato? You cannot. So don't peel it. Or something like a carrot, a beetroot. Do not peel it. I understand it's a tuber, it has a lot of muck on it. Keep a brush handy, wash it under running water, just scrub it really well, but have it with the skin. You will get fuller quickly, you will get a lot of fiber. Automatically, your weight starts coming down and your body starts getting alkaline and you start healing. Having whole grains without peeling them. So don't have polished grains. Have the whole grains. Don't have polished dals. Like you can see the dal in the center. Don't have something like that. Have the whole urad dal with the skin or the whole moong dal with the skin. Or you can have the chilke wali dal, like the unpeeled dals also. Have lots of millets. Millets have a lot of fiber. And then all the other beans and dals and pulses and everything which have their uh, coating on it without the polish being removed. So at Sharan, we follow this 5 point plan. And guys, really, this 5 point plan is for everything. It's not only for resolving PCOD, but for other things also. So it's one solution for all your problems. So, firstly, please have plant based food. Nothing should come from animals, everything should come from plants. So, even if you're having anything from a packet, please read the labels and see to it that you're only having plant based food. Have whole foods. That means do not peel, do not polish your like as I said with the veggies and fruits also. Don't remove the skin. Have it with the skin. Apple, chiku, everything can be had. Organic. Why organic? Because as I have explained earlier, chemicals are hormone disruptors, and we don't want any disruption, right? We need all the chemicals out of our body. So have organic as much as possible, and get your vitamin D and B12 tested. Vitamin D we get from the sunshine, and B12 we get from bacteria, and there are no food sources for this, unfortunately. On the Sharan website under Try Vegan, all the necessary dosages are mentioned. And if you still cannot figure it out, we have wonderful consultations happening by our doctors and nutritionists. So do enroll for a consultation and get your health on the way. So it sounds quite overwhelming, but it's quite simple. Let me just tell you how. Just make a shift in what you're eating. Shift from chemical to organic, refined foods to whole foods, processed foods to fresh foods, animal foods to plant foods, and artificial foods to natural foods. These are just 5 things that we have to make our shift on. And trust me, you are well on your way to good health. So, what are the substitutes of fat that you can use? So, as I said, we are not saying no to fat. Your body definitely needs a little amount of fat for all the nerves, all the joints, and everything. But we are not machines. We don't need oil as lubricants. Okay, we can have coconut, peanut, seeds powder, seed butters, nut butters, and avocado, which has enough fat in it for whatever we need in the body for. In baking, you can use something like apple sauces, vegetable purees, or coconut milk. Now remember, coconut milk is devoid of fiber, so use it sparingly and as a treat. What are the sweeteners you can use? For sweeteners, you can just use some dates, apricots, raisins, black raisins, and your dishes will be equally delicious. So let's go through a menu plan. Let me quickly tell you how you can heal yourself in the whole day. Once we get up in the morning, we are usually wanting to have something warm, and that's how we end up having tea, coffee, right? So now, because tea and coffee is loaded with dairy and sugar and with a lot of chemicals in the tea and coffee, we are not supposed to have it. But do you need to go without a hot drink? No, you can have a nice herbal infusions. What's the USP of these herbal infusions is they increase the oxygen carrying capacity of your body, so you feel very, very refreshed after having them. Just boil some water, add in some herbs, or you can add some flavoring agents like cardamom and ginger, and you will get the exact flavor of tea, and you can sit back and enjoy this. After that, have a wholesome big glass of green smoothie. Why green smoothie? Because we have woken up from a fast, right? We have not eaten anything from 10 hours and we want to have something. Instead of putting a cooked meal in the body, which is very hard to digest, let's first neutralize the acid and make the body alkaline by having a green smoothie. What does the green smoothie have? A couple of bananas, a few handful of greens. Okay, so peel your bananas and freeze your bananas so that you get a nice, delicious, like a ice cream milkshake kind of a feeling. Add the greens, a little bit of water, and just blend it. You can add flavorings like cardamom and ginger and lemon zest and make it more refreshing. Have this a tall glass in the morning, and you will get all your proteins, all your calcium, everything, right? So you don't need to feel that, oh my God, I'm getting deprived, I'm not getting enough of my nutrients at all. So this is the first way, and you can accompany this with some fruits. The only thing not to be mixed, or rather, there are three rules of the smoothie is don't mix watermelon with the greens. Uh, Rotate your greens and do not add any nuts and seeds and have it first thing in the morning. Follow it with a wholesome breakfast if needed, or you can directly go to lunch. Have nice, wholesome beans, have lots of veggies and salads in your uh, lunch also. Right? You can have a big meal. You can have some plant based curd, you can have some plant based chas. You don't need to like deprive yourself of anything. Just make a good, wholesome meal with lots of salads and veggies in it. As a snack in the evening, you can have some roasted chana or sprouts. These are loaded with protein and whatever, if you feel that, oh, I'm not getting enough of protein or anything, this really resolves the issue. In the night, you can have a nice warm bowl of soup followed with a colorful, nice big salad, and then something very light like a millet khichdi, or you can make some wraps, or if you like Oriental, then you can have some tofu stir fried with some veggies. You can also, it's not necessary that you cannot enjoy any Indian sweets. You can also make a lot of Indian sweets or even cakes and cookies and everything without using any dairy products or any animal products. Just by using plant-based ingredients, wonderful desserts can be made. So can you see, you are not really deprived of anything. You get a lot of wonderful, colorful meals to have which are full of vitality. Now that the nutrition is taken care of, we should also think about other things that can help us to resolve PCOD. So, as I said, if we have to cut down on the fat in our body, exercise plays a very important role. You don't need to join a gym or you don't need to really do a lot of different things. Just try to increase your heartbeat. That's all. Shed a few pounds, just get the weight off and do it, like release it with a lot of love. You don't have to find it like this is not happening. Don't get agitated. Whatever comes easily to you, do it, and you will see how your weight melts away. Stress management is very important in the resolvement of PCOD because when you're stressed, you are releasing hormones, right? And when you're releasing hormones, it's going to interrupt with whatever is happening in your body. So whenever you're getting stressed, find out a few tricks or coping mechanisms for yourself. Everybody is different. What may work for one may not work for others, but find something for yourself which will help you to calm down or which may relieve your stress. So what are the few things that you can do? Exercise always releases the right hormones and it will really, really make you, like energetic and getting your hormones under control. Deep breathing, pranayam, that also helps. Like Shalini does amazing yoga classes. You can really attend one of that and you will get to know how to do this. Time in nature. Nature is something that really kind of calms you down. So if something you're feeling stressed about, go and sit in the park or just keep on looking at a tree. The greens of the tree can also make you really, really calm down. Sleep well. I cannot stress upon this, but you need to have at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep. So do not compromise on your sleep for anything. If you are not able to sleep fast, then kind of, use some tricks like, some white noise or meditation music or something that really relaxes you. Eat well, which I've already told you. um, Prioritize, like, sometimes making lists and ticking things off it can also reduce stress. So get into that and connect with yourself. You are the most important person in your life, so do connect with yourself and see, like, take care of yourself. You should always prioritize yourself. If you are not able to take care of yourself, you cannot take care of everybody else. So you should always come first. Affirmations. Affirmations is just creating a positive mindset and allowing your body to heal through your mind. When you make up your mind, you can actually do things quite quickly, right? Like, if you want to change your diet, you want to start exercising, if you can really make up your mind, or if your mind agrees first, you are able to do that very quickly. So affirmations help you to create that positive mindset. So some of the affirmations, like for healing a menstrual cycle, you can say, I rejoice in who I am. I love my body. I love myself. I love all my cycles. All is always well. I accept my full power as a woman and accept all my bodily processes as natural and normal. I love and approve of myself. Right? So write down a few things like this. They really, really make you, they calm you down and they kind of make you feel good. So if you're not able to write affirmations on your own, there's a wonderful class that I take every month, in the last week of every month. Definitely join in, and it can really help you to take this journey ahead. Sleep helps in healing. Okay, sleep builds immunity, and it's very important to be asleep between the time of 11 to 4 a.m. If you can really do that, your body gets all the necessary rest and all the necessary uh, you know healing time, so that you are able to cope up with whatever is happening. So, as a summary, no animal based and processed food, increase fiber and decrease fat. This is really important. Check your vitamin D and B12 levels. Exercise and please do stress management. Affirmations and please pay attention to your sleep. If you can just do these 5 points, in no time you will be free of PCOD. And it will be a very big relief, because who wants to be sick, right? All of us want to be in health. So just try to do these small changes, very small changes, and you will feel very healthy at the end of it. So now I would like to invite one of my really dear friends, Anjali Tejani. Uh, and she has, really seen the effects. Her story is really amazing, because she was actually not trying to cure PCOD, but when she tried to cure something as a side effect, her PCOD got cured, and now she's facing a very, very good and beautiful life. So I would like to welcome Anjali. Anjali, if you could please turn on your camera.
Yes, yes, I can see. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Madhura.
Yeah, can you turn on your camera? Is your camera on? Sorry, let me
Yeah,
just.
my camera is on.
Okay, I'm just going to. 1 second, I'm not able to. Okay, yeah. So Anjali, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? What is your background?
My name is Anjali and Tejani, and I work as a human resources. And I have been working since age of 21. And generally, I work in corporates, and I've been doing all the office related administrative tasks.
Okay. So Anjali, what kind of problem were you facing? Because you told me earlier, like, I was really not trying to heal PCOD, but PCOD really healed by itself. So can you just tell us what was the problem that you were facing and how did PCOD heal itself?
Actually, in the year 2014, I had files, and my files were very bad because I've been constipated since childhood. And they were so bad that it was hampering my day-to-day living. I used to bleed a lot, though they were not painful because they were internal files. But still, my lifestyle was being, like, day-to-day lifestyle was being hampered. So I went to doctor, and doctor wanted me to get operated, which I didn't want to get operated because the idea of getting operated down was something very scary for me. Neither I wanted to treat myself through laxatives or anything because that really doesn't work for long term. So I came across whole plant based diet, and I thought of trying it out, and actually it worked like a magic. In a span of 3 months, my piles reduced to 70%, and all my immediate symptoms of bleeding and etc. went away. So I resumed my lifestyle like as a normal person without medication or operation. So I was very, very thrilled, and I continued this as my regular lifestyle.
So when did you notice that,
So in a span of 6 months,
yeah,
I saw there is a change in my periods. Like earlier, my periods were not regular; they used to come in 35, 40 day cycle, and I thought it was a normal part of living. When some women get late periods, some get early periods, so I thought it's a normal thing, and I always used to get cramps. So whenever I had at least the day before or on the same first day, I used to get a lot of cramps, and I used to take a leave for a day.
okay.
But since the change in this whole plant-based diet, my periods became exact 28 days. And since the time I had changed, it took 6 months, but it went amazingly, smooth.
The piles
Yeah.
issue, even your periods got normal. Yeah.
Yes, they got normal. I stopped having cramps, and my flow is also became smooth. So now, still from that, since 2014, till date, my periods are regular.
Okay. And Anjali, as we know now, you have this beautiful kiddo, the little one. Can
Yeah.
you tell us a little bit about that too?
Yeah, as my periods became regular, even and like my lifestyle changed, and there were a lot of other changes, like my skin was really glowing and things like that. So my husband also got interested, and he said even I would like to try. So he's on a little heavy side. In fact, he lost 20 kgs in that period, and he also started feeling more energetic, and even he felt that his skin is glowing, and there is a lot of energy in him. So we were married for 12 years, but we were okay. We were both working, so we were not bothering about having kids and all. So because of this changes, there was hormonal changes within our bodies, and that led to me conceive, my baby, which is now 5 years. I conceived him naturally.
And your age that time was 39, right?
Yes, my age while I conceived my baby was at I was
Yeah.
at
So you have naturally conceived at 39 and you have naturally delivered a healthy child
Yes,
also.
and I had no issues even while my pregnancy. I followed this whole plant based entire pregnancy, and I had no issues.
Okay. Anjali, at any point, did you feel you were deprived of anything or, like now you're not, like, because you have went through your pregnancy also on a plant based, did you feel the need, you're not getting enough calcium, you're not getting enough protein?
No, I never felt that way. In fact, I'm saying that in the normal food, when you are switching over to whole plant based and you're going through a proper meals and proper menu on this, you have lots of energy in you. That you feel you are so active. Your body, gives you a lot of stamina to do many things, and in fact, you feel very even your mood gets uplifted. So I don't see. I felt that there is a need, or of course from blood test like what is your vitamin D or B12. So of course that you have to supplement, but otherwise with this food even you don't feel you fall sick often.
Yeah.
Your body immunity power also gets more stronger.
Okay. And how are your PMS symptoms now? Because you said, right, you had some PMS symptoms. So have they relieved after this?
Yes, yes, my periods are now very much regular. Even though I'm at the age of 45 right now, my periods are still regular, and I still don't get those cramps which earlier I used to get before, switching over to the whole plant-based diet. So, and they are very smooth.
Okay.
So,
Thank
I don't face those issues now.
Okay. Thank you so much, Anjali. Thank you for sharing your story. It was really, really enlightening. And I really, think that only getting onto a natural lifestyle can really help us to overcome, whatever issues we have. PCOD or any of the hormonal issues can only rectify if you remove external hormones and you get onto a natural lifestyle. And the whole food plant based lifestyle, like Sharun recommends, is the right path and the right way to go. So thank you so much for attending this talk, and I'm open to questions now. If yes.
So Mustafa asks, I am a PCOD, but I'm underweight.
Okay. So, this is like, as I said earlier, also, this is like one stop solution for everything. People who have to lose weight will lose weight, and people who have to gain weight will also gain weight, right? So, it's not necessary that if you're having plant based food, you'll always be like, losing weight or something. Even with PCOD, if you're underweight, see, being underweight is really not a marker of good health. Like being skinny is not a marker of good health. A lot of people know this. Like, just because we don't have excess weight doesn't mean we are healthy. Being healthy means feeling that, that energy and everything is just the way you want. Nothing is coming in your way of functioning. So you can still heal yourself. You can still do everything. Being underweight is really not a criteria.
Thank you, Madhura. The next one is from Shankar Saxena. My daughter is 34 years old. At the age of 19, she got menopause. Can it reverse through Sharon diet?
Uh, for this, we really need to do a consultation because we need to understand the case. It's not something, but I know for a fact that the Sharon diet does help, in improving the quality of whatever health issues are happening. It will help in definitely in certain way. So if you can come to, if you can take a consultation with us and meet a doctor and go through the history and everything, we can definitely help you.
Thank you, Madhura. Dr. Sumaya Mariam says, anyone here who got cured of asthma in kids by following whole food plant-based diet?
Asthma can definitely be reversed with a whole food plant-based diet. Like it's some because animal products or mucus in animal products is what is causing a lot of these asthmatic tendencies. The minute you get off animal products, you can reverse everything.
Ashok Golas asks, microwave oven uses non-ionizing radiation to toggle water molecules to heat it up. It does not do anything else. Why are you advising not to use microwave oven?
Because it is a man-made product. To be very frank, something that has even non-ionizing radiation shouldn't be applied to food. Something, let's not alter our food in any ways. Let's have nutrition as untouched as possible. What I mean by that is if we can keep our food, like if we can have a high raw diet, it will really, really help in, healing. So if we can just do that, it really helps.
Sejal asks, what does PCOD stand for?
Polycystic ovarian disorder. Sorry.
Thank you. Sinchana asks, what are your suggestions for lean PCOS?
Or, sorry,
Lean PCOS.
lean PCOS. See, anything. It can be any form of PCOD, PCOS, any hormonal kind of disturbance. I, for a fact, know that it may take some time. It may really need some diligence from you. But if you can do it, your health is in your hands and you can really, really do it. So there is no problem at all.
Lolita asks, can PCOD be addressed after 45 plus?
Anytime. PCOD can be addressed anytime.
Priyanka, if we cannot take animal products, what are the other alternatives?
But let me tell you, there are a lot of plant-based milk. Anything like it's not that whatever you want, you can make. If you visit the Sharon website, amazing recipes are there. If you want to learn more about the salads, then the salad revolution is there. There are too many different things that you can do and you can learn. But a lot of substitutes are available. Plant-based milk, nut butters, curd, cheese, everything. There's everything you can make and is available also.
Meghna asks, what is the difference between PCOS and PCOD?
So OD is a disorder, OS is a syndrome. OS is something that is it's a little complicated because a lot of different systems are involved. OD is only with the ovaries.
Thank you. Mustafa asks, I'm 32, mother of three. I was PCOS. My prolactin was above level.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay, so you can you can actually heal everything, improve everything. Everything can be under control. Don't worry.
Harita Shah asks if someone is going to the gym doing weight training, how to meet protein requirements? Is whey protein or any other protein supplements recommended?
Whey protein is again an animal product, and whey protein is a food industry gimmick. It's a media and a food industry gimmick. We don't need to have it. We only need 10% protein for our body to build up, for maintenance, for repair, for everything. And you are getting that from all the plant-based sources like greens, beans, pulses, nuts, seeds, everything. Everything has protein. So don't worry about it.
Radha asks, what are the diagnostic tests required to confirm PCOD?
So basically, there are a couple of blood tests that are done. You really need to meet a physician for that. You can actually take a consultation with us for that. Any of our doctors, and they can help you with this. But you can. There are a number of blood tests that can be done, which sees your hormonal balance in the body. There is ultrasound done, different things. But it's better to take a consultation and get this out of the way.
HC asks, I'm having heavy periods. Because of that, my iron goes down. Doctor gives medicine to lessen the period flow, but I'm still very concerned about my iron level. I have regular periods. Any good suggestions for this?
So the minute, see, you have regular periods, but this is a problem of the menstruation cycle, right? The heavy flow is a problem of the menstruation. The minute you reduce the chemicals in your body, you remove the external hormones, uh, you increase the fiber, you decrease the fat, all these things, all your menstrual problems go away. The minute the flow comes down to normal, you will not lose iron. If you don't lose iron, you will not need to take any supplements.
Nikita asks, I have PCOD issues that leads to facial growth. Any solutions for this?
Facial hair growth, it means, right?
Facial, yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
so it's the same thing, right? Because your hormones, that's the hirsutism. Sorry, I can't pronounce it well, but that is what is happening, the hair growth on your face. The
Yeah.
minute your hormones come under control, so do please give up animal products. The minute you give up external hormones, all this symptoms come under control.
And she says she's 28 years old.
Yeah, so it's not too late at all. Please start today.
Garima says, do I need meat for PCOS?
Do I need meat?
Do I need to eat meat
No,
maybe?
no. Like actually avoid meat and get out of PCOS, because meat, dairy, chemicals are a very bad combination. You're taking everything that is not needed and you're not healing because of that. The minute you give that up, automatically you start healing. See, what happens is we are the only obstacles in our healing. The minute we step away and allow the body to heal, your body will heal off everything.
Priyanka asks if we cannot leave animal products as we have grown by having milk, so what are the other solutions for PCOD?
So whatever you are addicted to in the dairy, like if you're addicted to milkshakes, ice cream, or whatever it is, cakes or whatever, like Shrikhand and everything, start making them in the plant-based format. There are wonderful recipes and classes that are done, by the Sharan team. So do enroll for a few, learn these things, and you will never feel deprived. Let me tell you one thing about myself. I'm a Goan. I'm a fish, meat. I was a fish, meat, egg, anything crawling, creeping, kind of. I used to eat anything that used to come on the plate, and that's why I had this for 20 years, odd years. I have not had regular periods, but the day I gave it up is the day I have really, really outgrown all my menstrual cycle problems, and it is possible. You can do it.
Okay. Garima says, I have hirsute. What diet to follow? Does seed cycling work for PCOS and fibroid?
I know for a fact that following this lifestyle, like, whatever patients have come to us till now, have been very happy with the results, and they have really seen a tremendous, at least they get onto the path of healing. And anything regarding, I'm really telling you, irrelevant of whatever names you all are taking, anything that is related to any hormonal imbalance in the body can be healed.
Kajria asks, what are the plant-based foods that help increase weight?
What are the plant-based foods? All the foods help you. Like the minute you are having like a wholesome meal, especially the green smoothies, try to be on the green, because green smoothies, see, to put on weight, okay, you have to first cleanse yourself. If you have any toxic waste in your body cannot put on weight. For that, you first have to cleanse. Once you cleanse, then the good weight starts coming in. So first, heal. That's why have the green smoothies, have the salads, have, nice wholesome beans, pulses, millets. All these will help you.
Rashi asks, what specific foods to eat for PCOS hair baldness? I'm 37 years old and I have been on plant-based, whole food plant-based food since 3 months now, but haven't seen the difference yet in my hair. Any specific foods to eat?
Raw, raw and juicing just helps. It really helps in, because raw is like untouched nutrition. So if you want to see any change in your skin, hair, nails, or anything, have more of raw and try to avoid wheat, because wheat is something like gluten kind of really affects our body and doesn't allow it to function well. So if you can do those changes, you will see the difference a little more faster.
Mustafa asks, does PCOD transfer genetically?
No, no, nothing.
Okay.
You trigger. It's a
Pratibha,
lifestyle condition.
Pratibha asks, how can we get 1000 mg of calcium per day from plant-based diet?
Okay, so Pratibha, the thing is, your kidneys recycle calcium if you are falling short. That is the first thing. And getting 1,000 milligrams is 1 gram. We kind of make 1,000 into a big number. It's not a big number. It's only 1 gram of calcium that you need in a day. And you are getting it from your greens, your beans, your millets, everything. Everything has calcium. The only thing for calcium to get absorbed, you need to have good vitamin D levels. So first check your vitamin D levels. If they are optimal, then your calcium levels will always increase.
Ami Khamdar says, a friend suffering from PCOD is vegan since 10 months, but she still has her periods irregular. What can be done and which test do you recommend?
See, when it comes to, like, this is like very specific to that case, so need to get the history from the friend, need to understand what she's following. Sometimes the food combinations can be right, can be wrong. Sometimes, a certain food group is eaten more and salads are not eaten and greens are not eaten. That can be the case. So a proper diet plan with the nutritionist may help in this case.
Sinchana says, should we avoid plant-based food containing gluten like wheat as it might still cause inflammation and
Yes.
contribute towards PCOS?
Yes, something like gluten and soy products, if you have PCOD, should be like at least kind of reduce the frequency. Wheat can be completely eliminated.
Okay. Rashi asks, can PCOS people have soy products? If yes, frequency in a week?
As I said, it's better to avoid soy products. But if, yeah, we are all creatures of habit and we are too tied to the tongue. So sometimes if you really crave for, make it like once in a purple moon kind of a treat.
Okay. So we have a few more questions.
Yeah.
And yeah, so since we don't have the time right now, guys, please email us with your questions. We will definitely answer them.
Definitely.
Yes. So Madhura, thank you so much for this eye-opening session. It was really, really good.